more from the standpoint of a sense of place with the people and the concessionaires, and try to get it all integrated into more of a setting where you have a lot more visibility and you feel like you're in a larger, open, more friendly environment. When you come off of that Skylink station, you'll be coming out again through the concession areas. As you're exiting out to where you're going to be going through the bag pickup areas, you'll see in a minute that we have replaced all of the existing escalators that are going to be in those outside spaces. Here we're going to have the opportunity for some video walls for advertising or movies or whatever we want to do in terms of the high-tech displays. When you come out through the baggage pickup area, we've gotten rid of the escalator complexes. We have these high-capacity elevators that will now take you down to the ground floor. All of the commercial traffic, taxis, and commercial vehicles will now be on the lower level. So when you exit the building, you're going to be on the lower level versus the upper level, as you are today with the taxi cabs. And then in addition, that we haven't really shown it on this yet, we're going to have some enhanced lighting under some of these areas to try to brighten up these spaces. But that's a quick overview of what we think this is going to look like when we're finished, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them for you. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. The question was, when we're going to do the construction within the terminals, we're going to basically close down a third of a terminal at a time. For continental, for the concourses that American has in A and C, they have enough gate capacity where they're going to be able to allow us to close a third down at a time and keep their existing operations going with the other gates. When we get over to Terminal E, because it's all of the other airlines, we're going to be reactivating the Terminal E satellite building. So as we have to go into the main terminal and close down areas, we're going to move those airline operations out to the satellite. And then once we get that part of the terminal refurbished, we'll move those people back, and then we'll take the next group and move them out to the satellite. So it's going to be about 3 years of hopscotching. So we will keep all of the gates operational for the airlines other than American, who's allowing us to close up to, I think it's like 6 gates at a time roughly, as we do these sections of the terminal. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you. Well, we have a winner. Is Sarah Freddy here? Okay. There you go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Every time I see that video, I get pretty excited, and it reminds me as to why we're having meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, and things kind of evolving. It's interesting being in concessions because utilities and the infrastructure being first, we're like one of those rocks that has to fit into the jar I keep being reminded of, and I can't monopolize all of the space we needed for mechanical rooms and things like that. So I am still vying for the best possible locations in the terminal so that we can ensure that, one, we have an opportunity for viable businesses, as well as to create that kind of experience that we're looking for our passengers to have. With that note, David did mention that we are trying to move all of our inventory, if you will, in some of the busiest passenger ways of our terminals. Right now, as you go through the checkpoints, you're just all over the place in our terminals. But we want to be able to align those passenger flows to create like pinch points. So you'll be coming down off of Skylink, you'll be going through the checkpoint, and wow, you'll have all these different concessions all around you. And basically, instead of having a lot of concession inventory on the ends, because as you know, our terminals are made like a big old U, we're looking to have the majority of our concession locations in the top of the U. In the Skylink locations and in the top of the U, they'll be strategically aligned with where the TSA checkpoints come through so that we'll be able to get the maximum number of eyeballs being able to pass the different locations. So it's going to be a lot different than what it is today in terms of how passengers move around the terminal, and it's going to require a lot of communication to our passengers that things are changing, and get up out of your seat and go to our concession locations, and we're looking to have a dynamic signage program. We've been working with our partners with Clear Channel and with independent consultants in regards to how do we really create some wow in the overall experience. The other thing we're looking to do is integrate that whole experience into the shopping and dining. So you'll see soft seating, like some of the things that our folks from passenger services talked about, with comfort zones being right in the middle, of having bars or open air types of places to eat right in the center of where all of the activity is, as well as maybe some advertising, some wow type advertising that's going to entertain our passengers. So it'll be more of an entertaining experience. Hopefully people will be able to shop, dine, be entertained, and be productive. So we're looking for some really great things in these nodes. Now, definitely can't see this. Go on the website. Bottom line here is the fact that we're looking to right-size our terminal. We do have some metrics in which we work with. We want to achieve 8 square feet per 1,000 in plane passengers in terms of being able to maximize revenues for the airport as well as for the concessionaire. Currently, we're almost at those numbers now, but the problem being is that some of our terminals are undersized and some are oversized. So we're looking to shrink some terminals as well as expand some existing terminals. For example, Terminal A, which is pretty up there in terms of being a top producing terminal for American Airlines, will probably be their #1 domestic terminal as we finish the whole terminal renovation program. And Terminal C, which is right now #1, may end up being the second. So there's going to be some flips in regards to the design of the terminal as well as the usage. Now, the other thing that we've done is that we worked very extensively with some outside consultants, helping us do some customer segmentation. We work with Buxton out of Fort Worth. We've done some in-terminal surveys. You're going to see some actual talking with our passengers to ask them what do they want. And we're going to make all this information available to anyone who is interested in putting together a request for proposal. We'll have it down by terminal in regards to what we think the demographics are, what that spend level is, and who that passenger is, so that you can help shape your proposal and hopefully be able to meet the needs of that particular terminal and that demographic mix.